On this edition of SportCenter,
we're going to break down all of the NFL divisions.
We're also going to show you Marshawn Lynch's run in 2010 playoffs versus the Saints. So, we're going to start with the AFC North. I'm going to go first place, the Baltimore Ravens. I like the Ravens because Joe Flacco is not having the best year, but they have great defense. So, I'm going to go Ravens number one. You agree with me, Jackson?
I got to agree, Kyle. I mean, I love the Ravens and their defense. They're really good, and I think they can go far.
Okay. Number two?
I'm going to go with the Bengals. I almost grabbed the Steelers, but, you know, the Bengals, well, first of all, I hate the Steelers, but the Bengals, I mean, they're actually coming out in a surprising start this season, and I like them in second place with their, rookie receiver, A.J. Green, and I think they're pretty good.
Okay, I got to agree on that, yeah. I mean, Andy Dalton, he's having a great year, surprising.
Mm-hmm.
So, third place, I'm going to go with the Pittsburgh Steelers. One reason is because, I mean, it's going to be close between the Bengals and the Steelers, like Jackson said.
Mm-hmm.
But Ben Roethlisberger, he's a good quarterback. He's an elite quarterback. I mean, he almost won 3 Super Bowls. He almost got the record. So, he's good. I'm going to have to go with the Steelers third. And also, they got their great defense again. I mean, defense is great.
Gotta agree because, I mean, I can't put them in last place because last place is reserved for the Cleveland Browns. I mean, Cleveland Browns really... They haven't been good lately, and I don't see any signs of improvement.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, Cleveland Browns, Cole McCoy's a good quarterback, but I still don't like them as
they got to get LeBron.
Yeah, LeBron. I mean, he's got to play football.
Can't win any rings in the NBA.
So yeah, I know. So we're gonna go with the AFC South. First place. I think this is pretty obvious this year, but I think it's gonna be the Texans. I mean, Matt Schaub is a good quarterback. He's throwing less interceptions than he ever has. And Arian Foster, he's a great running back. Even though he's injured the first couple of weeks, he's going to carry him far. You agree?
I do agree. I mean, Arian Foster is good, and I think that they have a good potential of going far along with the Ravens.
Yeah. So, second place.
I'm going with the Titans for second place.
Me too, yeah. I agree with the Titans.
The Titans, they have Chris Johnson. Chris Johnson hasn't gotten to his best start this season, which is a little disappointing because everybody knows he has a lot of potential, and with potential that means everybody expects you to do well. Mm-hmm. So I'm disappointed that I'm not seeing him do well, but hopefully he will improve throughout the season. You agree?
Yeah, I think Chris Johnson, yeah, he's not having the best year so far, but, I mean, improvement, he'll get better. So, also, I mean, their new guy in town, Matt Hasselbeck, he's lighting up Tennessee this year. Third place, I'm going to have to go with the Jacksonville Jaguars. One reason is they have a good running back, but their quarterback, Blaine Gabbert, didn't turn out to be so good. So, I'm going to go with the Jaguars in third place.
I got to agree with Jaguars in third place because, well, I don't know why they got rid of David Garrard. I mean, he was an alright quarterback.
Yeah, he was pretty good.
But, I mean, Blaine Gabbert's a rookie. He doesn't have as much experience in the NFL. But, I mean, I thought they would be a little more better with David Garrard. Now he's a free agent. So.
Yeah.
And last, surprisingly, we're going with the Colts. Not really, because the Colts suck this season. I mean, without Peyton Manning, who's out with a neck injury, it's pretty disappointing to see him that bad. But, he has better times ahead of him. But hopefully he can recover and do well.
Yeah, I think Peyton Manning is getting old, and once you get old, you stop losing your goodness.
Yeah.
I know that's not a word, but goodness is good.
I think it is.
Oh, yeah, goodness. I don't know, but
goodness.
Get the point. Okay, so we're going to start with the the AFC East. The first place in the AFC East. This might be a big surprise to you, but I'm going to go with the Buffalo Bills. The Bills, I mean, they got Ryan Fitzpatrick. He's turned out to be a great quarterback coming from Harvard. There hasn't been many quarterbacks from Harvard, players at all make that. But he's turned out to be great. And also they got their running back, Fred Jackson. He's a surprise player of the year.
Yeah, I mean, I got to agree. Fred Jackson is awesome. Ryan Fitzpatrick is too. They're a great duo. And I think that they can carry the team pretty far.
Yeah. Okay. Second place.
Now, I got to go with the Patriots in second place. I mean, they got Tom Brady, and they got all great receivers. They got Dion from the Seahawks. That was a good pickup. They also, I mean, they're just a great team. But, Ocho Cinco was, the surprise. He sucks. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game, and apparently he doesn't have it in yet.
Ocho Cinco is not doing that good this year. But, I mean, I like Tom Brady. He's a good quarterback. One of my favorites in the NFL. But I think he's getting a little slow down. Like, last year, he didn't have any interceptions. I think 4 all season. That's very good. Very good. This year already, he already has 10, 12, I don't know, a lot. So, also, since they let go of Randy Moss, they've been not a big play threat team. So, that's why the Patriots are second. So, third place. I've got the New York Jets. New York Jets are good because they got the Rex Ryan. He's a good coach. I mean, I don't like him personally. He's a trash talker, but he's a good coach. And Mark Sanchez, he's the developing quarterback. I think the Jets are third place.
And I'm going with Dolphins last. I mean, Dolphins, they aren't very good, and I don't see anything lighting up for them. They just got too good of a division that they're in, and they got no place but last.
Okay, now we're on to the AFC West. First place, I've got the Oakland Raiders. One reason is because Darren McFadden, he's one of the best running backs in the NFL. I mean, he gets injured sometimes, but he is very good, very explosive. I'm going to put the Raiders first place.
I got to agree with that. I mean, first place is a right spot for the Raiders to be, and I think that's where they belong.
Okay. What do you have for second place?
Second place, I got the Bolts, the Chargers. I think they're really good. They can't do any worse than what they're doing now, besides going up and being in first. But I like where they are in second, and, they're just a great team.
Yeah, I think with Ryan Matthews, Mike Tolbert, even though Phillip Rivers, he's not having the best year of his career, he is still a very good quarterback. So, yeah, I'm going to put them second. So, for third place, we agreed on Kansas City because Kansas City, Matt Castle, he's pretty good. And, Matt Castle, he's a good quarterback. And also they got Debo, as I call him, but Dwayne Bowe. He's a very good receiver. I mean, got nice hair, but he's a very good receiver. I put them third.
Steelers are in first place for hair. But
yeah, Joe
Polamalu. Too much head and shoulders, dude. I'm going with the Broncos. I mean,
for last
place, the Broncos, they got no other place to be. But, I mean, it's like a battle for last with Kansas City and the Broncos because, I mean, they're just two not that great of teams this season.
Okay, so here's our AFC. You can comment if you like any changes or if you think this is correct. So comment whatever. Now we're on to the NFC. In the NFC, NFC North, we've got, I'm going to have to go, it's a tight division. Okay, sorry. NFC North, I'm going to have to go.
Remember, this is live.
Yeah, I'm sorry. So, the NFC North, this is pretty obvious in my decision. I think you can agree this is very obvious. But, Green Bay Packers, undefeated so far this season. They got A-Rod, Greg Jennings, Jordy Nelson. I don't know who else. I mean, Tramon Williams. They got an outstanding team, offense and defense, and even special teams. They're amazing. You got to agree on that
I got to agree. I mean, I like Aaron Rodgers in this situation, and they got a really good arsenal of players on the Green Bay Packers. And I just think they're going to go well. And, I mean, they're Super Bowl champions. I mean, how can they do bad? But the next pick that I got is surprising Detroit Lions. I mean, Matthew Stafford coming back from an injury last season.
Yeah,
I mean,
Mr. Injured.
He was always injured, and I always thought he sucked. But when he came back, surprising. And I'm just really proud of the Lions, and they got Megatron Calvin Johnson.
Megatron!
Beast. And, I mean, he's just awesome. I mean, I love him as a player, and I haven't heard him talk much as a non-player, but
he's a pretty good guy.
He's pretty good.
Okay. I got to agree with the Lions. Gotta be best. He's a decent running back. He can work with the team. Megatron, like Jackson said, Megatron is boss.
Mm-hmm.
He's so bossness. He's one of the bossest receivers in the NFL. They also got Matt Stafford coming back from the injury. He's doing good this year. So I like them second.
Don't forget to like Megatron on Facebook.
Yeah, Megatron.
Megatron, Calvin Johnson.
Megatron, Calvin Johnson on Facebook.
Look it up.
Also, for third place, we got the Bears.
The Bears.
The Bears. Third place, Jay Cutler. He's a good quarterback, decent. He can probably win a Super Bowl in my opinion. But the offensive line is just terrible. Worst in the league. You have to agree on that, Jackson.
I do.
But he was sacked. I saw this on TV. He was sacked over double in less games on the Bears than he was on the Broncos. That's how bad the O-line is. But also, I like Devin Hester on the punt return and the kick return.
He's ridiculous.
I like Earl Bennett on the receivers. So I mean, yeah, I like the Bears third.
And the Bears. I laugh at Jay Cutler. I mean, he's just funny. I mean, he's a horrible quarterback. I actually don't think he's that horrible of a quarterback. It's that the offensive line is so bad. He got sacked 52 times last season. That's
in one season.
52 times in one season. That's pretty bad. And to get that much sacks is that just doesn't look good. I don't want to see that on his sports card. That's going to be bad.
Mm-hmm.
And for fourth, I'm going with the Minnesota Vikings. And I like the Vikings, but they benched Donovan McNabb and they put in Christian Ponder. And the Vikings, pondering over who to put in, Christian Ponder McNabb. And I like that they chose him because he was on his first play of his career. He almost got that touchdown, but he was down at the 1 yard line.
Yeah, I feel bad for him. I mean, I think that was a touchdown. I know that was a touchdown, but the refs, they got to do a better job.
They got the new review system now where they review every touchdown.
Yeah, I don't like that, but they don't review every touchdown, but I think they should review more touchdowns. I also like the Vikings a lot. The only problem is they need a better defense. The Vikings defense is good, but not great. Not good enough to win the division. I also like their running back. Their running back is good on the Vikings. He's very solid. Adrian Peterson, very solid running back. Yeah, AP, he's pretty awesome. Good.
Amazing person. AP.
We're going to go with the NFC West.
Going to go with the West.
We're from here in Seattle, so we like the Seahawks, but we know the Seahawks aren't very good. So, for first place, surprise of the season, San Francisco 49ers. Alex Smith was terrible last year, and this year, he's been a real improvement, especially Frank Gore helping out Alex Smith. You got to agree that they're first place.
I got to agree with Frank Gore. He's a really good running back, and I think let's just make a statement now that the NFC West sucks. There's no really good team on it. If the 49ers were in, let's say, the AFC East and traded with the Dolphins, that would be the most hardest division ever to win. But I think definitely they are the top in the West.
Okay. For second in the West. These teams are pretty tight. I'm going to have to go with the Cardinals, though. You got to agree on that.
Mm-hmm.
Cardinals, Larry Fitzgerald. He's a good receiver. One of the best in the game. Also got a new quarterback from the Eagles, Kevin Cobb. He's pretty good. So I'm going to go at them second place.
I got to agree with that. The Cardinals are a good team. They went to the Super Bowl a couple seasons ago, but a few seasons ago. But besides that, they got Larry Fitzgerald and they do got Kevin Cobb. Dynamic duo going. And, I think that they are pretty good. Now, for the third pick, I'm going with the home team Seattle Seahawks. I'm not putting them last because the Rams aren't very good. But we'll get to that in a second. But the Seahawks, picking up Forrest Jackson. How that's all they could do. I think they should enter the Suck for Luck sweepstakes, but they can't because they already got a win.
And they already got a couple wins.
Yeah, surprisingly. But last season, they went to the Super Bowl. I mean, not the Super Bowl, but they went to the playoffs, and
They beat
the Saints surprisingly, which we're gonna break down a play in that later. And they got a bad loss to the Bears with Jay Cutler, but they got Sidney Rice in the offseason, which I was really happy to find out. But Tarvar, he sucks. I mean, you might as well just pick up David Garrard.
A coaching staff on the Seahawks, they've got to learn how to pick quarterbacks up. They passed on Mark Sanchez to get Aaron Curry. And do they have Aaron Curry now? No. They traded him to the Steelers.
No.
I mean, they traded him to the Raiders. Aaron Curry was not a good draft pick. They totally should have picked Mark Sanchez. I got to say that.
They also got Russell Okung, which was a bad idea because all he does is sit on the bench and be injured.
So for fourth place, we're going to have to go with the Rams because there's only one spot left. I mean, I just don't got nothing to say about the Rams.
They did just previously get a win.
Not very good.
Yeah, that's true. But they previously just got their first win. Whoop-de-doo. I mean, they aren't very good, and it's too bad.
Okay, let's go with the NFC East. I'm gonna have to start with. This is tough, but I'm gonna have to go to New York Giants because Eli Manning, he calls himself an elite quarterback. I don't think so.
Elite Eli.
Yeah, very funny. But
Yeah, thank you.
I don't think he's good enough to carry the team for first place, but he's not an elite quarterback.
And now, next, I gotta go with the Dallas Cowboys. And, I mean, you can make an argument on this, but the Cowboys, they got Tony Romo, and, I mean, he's a player, but he's a player in more ways than one.
Yeah.
And, I'm going with the sports player. He's alright. He's decent, but,
DeMarco Murray.
Yeah, I mean, that was amazing what he did.
Okay. Third place. I'm going to go with the... Yeah, I agree.
All right.
Okay, I'm going to go with the Eagles. Eagles for third place. I mean, the Redskins, you're not very good. Mike Vick, good quarterback. Deshaun Jackson, Jeremy Maclin, LaShawn McCoy. They got a great squad. Nnamdi Asakwa, Asante Samuel. I think they're a solid third place.
Yeah, Michael Vick needs to adopt the saying, it's not about the size of the dog, it's about the size of the fight. Well, apparently not, Mr. Dogfighter. But, I mean, yeah, it's like Vince Young, he's like, yeah, we're the dream team. Yeah, like, they suck. I mean, I don't know what he was talking about. He doesn't know. Because he was on the Titans. Any new team could be a dream team. Come on.
Yeah. Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Okay, so last place, we've only got one slot left. We're going to have to go with the Redskins. I mean, it's close. They could be tied with the Eagles. They could beat the Eagles, but I think the Eagles are better. Redskins, they started off good, but they're just slowly sloping down that hill that every team goes down.
Like the Seahawks. But, I have to agree. And the thing is, I mean, they got Rex Grossman and John Beck, two quarterbacks. They're pretty good, but I don't think they have enough to win the division.
Okay, we're going to go with the NFC South. I'm going to start with the Saints. Saints are a good team. Drew Brees, good quarterback. I think they got a solid defense. First place. You got to agree, Jackson?
I do. I mean, I like the Saints, and I like Drew Brees a lot. I mean, they beat up on the Colts that one game. It was like 62-7. I mean, I was in that game. I was in that game for the whole thing. That was great. That was a great performance by them.
Okay. For second place in the NFC South, I'm going to go with the Atlanta Falcons. Falcons, they got Michael Turner, or it's like Michael Churner because he keeps churning those legs, keeps chugging through, gets the extra yards. And they got Julio Jones, new pickup. I think they're second place.
Matt Ryan, he's pretty good. He's a good quarterback. He's got a lot of good receivers, and he's got his nice running back, Michael Turner. He's pretty good. And my next pick, I'm going with the Carolina Panthers.
Carolina.
I mean, they got the first pick because they sucked last year, and they got Cam Newton, he's a good surprise. I mean, he got a ton of yards in his first game, which was, I was proud of him, but, they're just mediocre.
Yeah, I like the Carolina Panthers. One reason, I don't personally like Cam Newton. I think he's kind of like that cheesy guy.
Over cheeser.
Kind of, I don't know how to explain it, but I don't like him that much. He's a solid quarterback. He can carry the team to third place. I think they're third place. So, for last place, we're gonna Buccaneers. Josh Freeman. He's not doing as good as I thought he would this season. And LeGarrette Blount, I don't like him.
LeGarrette.
He should be fined a lot of money for throwing that punch in college. I don't like LeGarrette. So, we're going to go with the Bucs. Last place. You agree?
Yep. I got nothing to add. They suck, as well as the Panthers. It's a battle for last.
Okay. So, here's the NFC. Okay. So, I got one question to ask you.
Yeah?
Who do you think are the two Super Bowl teams this season?
Wow. All right. That's tough. I'm going to have to go with the Green Bay Packers coming back and going back. The Pack is back, and I think they're going to go back to the Super Bowl. And I also think that, I know it's not going to be the Raiders going back. It may be a three-way battle between the Bills, Texans, and Ravens. But I think who's going to come on top is the Ravens. And I think the Super Bowl is going to be Ravens and Packers.
I got to agree with that. You read my mind. I like the Ravens. They've shown real responsibility in the defense. Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, they're great.
Favorite touchdown day.
Yeah,
favorite dance.
They also got, versus the Packers. The Packers, I think it's going to come down whatever quarterback can play better. The defense are going to, collide and just, blow each other up. There's just going to be, a tie. It's going to come to whatever quarterback does better. Joe Flacco or Aaron Rodgers. But my prediction, Super Bowl, Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, I think the Packers are going to go back, win another trophy, and I like them.
Okay, so that was our predictions. Now we're going to show you the Marshawn Lynch run of last season. Okay, so here's the start of the run. He's lined up in the backfield. You can see him right there. Okay? So we're going to play it. Okay, right there. Shakes off one, number 58 right there. 2, him and 42. He's still chugging. 33. Still going. Shoves Tracy Porter to the ground. He's still chugging. Shakes him off. Him down. Watch this dive. This is like boss right here. Boss dive. Okay, now I'm going to show you what he does after the celebrations. That's a pretty sick touchdown. Okay, watch. He goes like that, around, and cuts back. Watch that. And back. Even Matt Hasselbeck went for that tackle. That was pretty sick. See, watch. There's Hasselbeck right there, throwing some blocks out. That's pretty boss right there. Okay, so, that was good. Thanks for watching the Marshawn run. And that concludes our episode of SportCenter.
Thank you, and we will continue
with our closing music. Thank you for watching. Next time, post, subscribe, and comment, and like if you want more videos.
Thank you.
Thank you.